Dear students, welcome to the e-learning. This initiative is taken by Cambridge International School, Dasura. I am Navdeep, working as PGT Informatics Practices here. I welcome you all for the new session today. Today we are going to focus on operators in Python. What are the different operators in Python? So that we will study in detail. So before going into the today's topic operators, we will cover what we have covered till date. Students, we discussed about what are the basics in Python, what is a Python program is, Python keywords. Keywords are the reserved words. We see a list of keywords also, identifiers. What are the rules for naming the identifiers? Clear? Like we discussed that a variable or identifier uh, must start with the alphabet clear and it should not contain any special characters other than the underscore. So this we covered under the rules for naming the identifier. Then in the last class we discussed data types. What are the different data types? So data types are what basically that identifies the type of the data which a variable can hold and different types of operations that can be performed on the data. Then in this diagram you can see the broadly what are the different types of data types we have in Python. Like from the left side we have numbers. They are categorized into three ones. One is integer, second category is floating point for storing the real numbers. Then we have complex data type for storing the complex numbers. Then in integer we also store the under this category we have boolean data type also. In boolean we have only two values, true and false. Then subsequently secondly, this is about the numbers we covered. Clear number we have covered the examples. Then the third one is the major data type is sequence. So students, in the first one numbers, the limitation is there that in that we can store only a single value, but here we can store multiple values also. The three types of sequence data types available in Python are strings, list and tuples. First we cover the strings. So string is alphabets, digits or special characters put into the single quotes or double quotes. Like here you can see the example of this hello. Moving forward, the second is list. So list is very important, very frequently used in Python. So list basically its items are enclosed in square brackets, and items may be of different data types. In a list we can have, in a single list we can have numbers of different types like floating point, integers. We can have strings also, so string value also. So here in a list we can store data of different types. And another important point is that list is mutable means its value can be altered or its value can be changed. Then the second one is tuple. So tuple is bit different from the list. Here the values are enclosed in parentheses in place of square brackets, and secondly its values are immutable. Immutable means that we cannot change the items in the tuple, otherwise it is similar to the list. Then moving forward, then we covered the mapping. So the earlier data types we covered, they were ordered. We have list and then tuples. So these are the ordered, and this mapping, under this we have dictionary. So this is unordered. Mapping is unordered data type in Python. Currently there is only one standard mapping data type in Python, that is called dictionary. What is dictionary is, you can see here in dictionary the items are enclosed in this curly brackets. So the brackets are very important. Clear? From square brackets we know that this is a list, from parentheses we know that this is a tuple, and from curly brackets we came to know that we are talking of dictionary. So in dictionary we have data items in the form of key and value format. This is called a pair, key and their corresponding values. So key and this value are separated by colon. We have covered this yesterday in detail. Then students, today's our major topic is operators. So now question arises, what are operators? Very important part of the programming. An operator is used to perform a specific mathematical or logical operation on values. The values that the operator works are called operands. So in the example that I have highlighted in red part, here 10 and num are basically the operands, and plus is acting as a operator because it is working on two operators. So this plus operator is also called a binary operator. A operator that operates on two operands is also called a binary operator. Moving next, the categories of operators. Next we have arithmetic operators. So arithmetic operators. So what are the arithmetic operators, students? We have, you can see here the next. In this example, you can see the arithmetic operator. Clear? Plus is the arithmetic operator. Then we have subtraction, multiplication, division. So these are the basic arithmetic operators. And how the operations are performed on it, we can see with the help of a example. So moving to the Python, covering the our arithmetic, like let's say we have a variable num1 is equal to, let's say, 10. Similarly, num2 is equal to, let's say, 20. And when we work on num1 plus num2, so we get 30 as a result. Similarly, if we apply this arithmetic operator on string, so let's say I type here string 1 contains value hello, string 2 contains value, let's say, India, and str1 plus str2. So no, the strings are now getting concatenated here. Let's say if we go with the multiplication, taking the num example, num1 into, let's say, 6, so you get 60 as a result because num1 contains 10. Similarly, if we apply this operation on strings, so let's say string 1, let's say, now contains a different value named as, let's say, India now. And then if I string 1 is multiplied by 2, and you will find India 2 times, simple. Fair. So this sort of operations, like if we want to go with the division operation, so let's say num2 is divided by num1, so you get the result as 2. So similarly, these are the basic operations, and that these operations you can easily work with, practice. Okay, so students, from the right hand side you can see the examples of all the operators, plus, minus, and so on. So moving forward, next we have relational operators. So they are also very important. Relational operators compares the values of the operands on the either side and determines the relationship among them. So it basically compares the values of two operands, like the value can be equal, value can be not equal, value can be greater, value can be less than, greater than, equal to, less than, equal to. So these are the various relational operators. So like you see here, we can try this one. Coming to the Python platform, so let's say if I apply num2 is greater than num1, clear? So already know the values of num2 and num1, so the result you will find true. So if I like num1 is now greater than num2, so you will find result as fast because num2 is containing the value 20 and num1 is 10, so num1 is not greater than of this one. Similarly, if I write num1 whether this is equal to num2, so again you will find the false value. So this compares the value and then gives the results in the form of true, whether the uh, resultant relationship is true or false. Now students, moving next, we have assignment operator. So we have already used assignment operators in the earlier example. So what it does basically, this single equal to is a assignment operator. Assignment operator assigns or changes the value of the variable to its left. So you can see this is my assignment operator, and on its right hand side I have a value 2, numeric value, and num1 is a variable. So value 2 will be assigned to this variable num1. So this is the working of assignment operator. In the next example you can see num1 is assigned to num2. So it means the value of variable num1 will be assigned to the variable 2, and when you display the num2, this output you will get. Similarly, let's say here country is a variable and I want to assign it a value India. So simply using the assignment operator you can assign the value of India to this variable country. We can do this practically also. You see I use here in the Python platform the variable country is equal to India because it's a string and it should be in double quotes, and when I use country variable, so you get the output clear as India. Now after covering the assignment operator, this is very important assignment operator. Moving forward we have logical operators. So what are the different logical operators we have? Logical operators evaluates to either true or false based on the logical operands on the either side. Like how these values are basically, logical operators are basically and, or, not. If you think of a real life scenario, we use these operators very frequently. So let's say we take an example. We say that there is a post in Air Force. They say that we need graduates with mathematics and physics as their subjects. So a student who has studied physics as well as mathematics in graduation is eligible for the post. Clear? So if let's say there is another post which says that we need graduates who have studied mathematics or physics in graduation. So here in that particular post, the students who have studied mathematics only or physics only or both, all the students are eligible to apply for that very post. So we are using these operators in real life also, and you can see the and, or, not. These are the three logical operators we have. Initially you can find it out. If both the operands are true, then the condition becomes true. Like I gave you the example of physics and mathematics post. So if someone has studied in graduation physics as well as mathematics, he's eligible for the post. Similarly, then we have or. So or, how it works, if any of the two operands are true, then the condition is true. Like I gave you the second example, like the for this particular post, a person who has studied mathematics or physics, clear, he is eligible for the post. It means that if I have studied mathematics only and someone has studied physics only, he is also eligible, and someone who has studied both, he is also eligible. Clear? So if someone has not studied any of these two, then he is not eligible for the post. And third, last logical operator we have not. So not, what it does, it basically reverse the logical state of the operand. So let's say num is equal to 10, I say. So if I apply not here, so it means that first of all the values of this num1 is compared with 20. So what will be the result? Result will be false because they are not equal, and when the false is not met with not, it becomes true. So this is a bit tricky. Basically it converts the true and true. If we give the true input and we apply not, it becomes false. If we give the false input to not, so it will become true. So it basically reverses the state. moving forward, students, in the category of operators, last we have membership operators. Membership operator is used to check if value is a member of the given sequence or not. So how it is basically checked? You see here, like first membership operator is in. So in, like here I have example, I have created a list. Clear? Like you see the example here, and we will try to run on the interface. So students, first I create a list here. Num, getting some problem here. So I will be creating the same list. Num sequence is equal to, let's say the values are 1 2 3 separated by comma 3 4, and then what I want to test here, let's say 3 in num underscore sequence. So it checks whether the 3 is present in the sequence or not. So when you execute this one, so false. Why false? Very tricky, because this is not taking 3, this is taking it as 34. So let's say if I try one more, let's say 2 in num sequence, and when I run this, the result is 2 because 2 is there. So by mistake I want to write here 3 comma 4, so I have by mistake written as 3. 3 and 4, this becomes 34 because it doesn't have a separator here. So if I test here 1 in num sequence, so the result will be true. The Similarly, the second operator is not in the sequence. So let's say I want to just 1 not in num sequence, so the result becomes false because 1 is present. So I am saying 1 is not in the list, 1 is present. So if I now, let's say say the 3 not in num sequence, students, so when I run this one, so this is true because 3 is not there, because it is containing 34. 34 not in num sequence, so it says false because 34 is present. So students, these are bit sometimes becomes tricky for you. You have to practice all these operators, so then you will subsequently, after practice, you will learn all these things. So students, today we have gone into details what are the different operators, and first of all what are the operators, and then finally what are the different types of operators. Like we have arithmetic operators, then we go through the relational operators, logical operators, and then last we have membership operators. So hope you have enjoyed the session. So still, if you face any doubt, you can contact me. So for the meanwhile, I thank you all for attending the session. Thanks.